Alright, hello and welcome. I wanted to make a video. First of all, I am horrible at this shit. Just only made a couple videos so far, just gameplay. I'm not a fancy YouTuber guy. I've got intro and editing and all that shit. I just play and hit the fucking record button. So, whatever the fuck. But, I wanted to make this because I wanted to show people some of the unique things that I do, and even more specifically, I want to talk about MCC. MCC is Mission Control Center mod, and I've played with a lot of people in groups, and I bring it up, and they all fucking want to turn their fucking nose up in the air, and it really irritates me because to me it's one of the best mods in Arma. And even a lot of the groups, milsim groups, and people that play Star Wars mod and all this other shit, a lot of the guys that know what they're doing, they use it because it has a lot of features, and it's a great just mission fixer. If things go weird or wrong or awry, it's a really good tool to help you fix it, get things on track, and so forth, along with Zeus. But I'm not as experienced with Zeus. This was the Zeus before Zeus was a Zeus, because if you log into it right here, you'll see that this is the MCC menu, but right down here in the bottom left-hand corner, you have a Zeus button. So if you have MCC, you have Zeus. Okay? Simple. So you just click that button, click where you want to go, be patient, and then there you go. So now we're in Zeus, and I can zoom around and do all the things that any Zeus guy can do. So anyway, back to the MCC menu. What I found is that most people have no clue what they're talking about, what they want to do. Look at all these features. They're on the right-hand side, the bottom, left, blah, 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 blah. But MCC to the average person means this. If I'm MCC guy, and usually only the person who's logged in as the server admin has access to it, what they use it for is to teleport themselves, and then change the time and the weather, and then they use it for some kind of cheap-ass arty, again, specifically for themselves and selfish play. But there's a lot better way to do all of this shit in which it was intended. And I admit, there's a lot of it I don't understand, but I do understand a lot more of it than the average player. So, first of all, what I do is hit P. Go in Alpha Squad, take the commander role. I'm going to hit P again to close it. And a lot of people, let me go back to that. This is probably one of the main things that freak people out about MCC is they go into this menu, or they accidentally press P or whatever, and they're hidden in this menu and they can never get out of it, and it's death. And I agree. I've had that problem as well. If you're using Ace, it's actually simple. You just hit the Ace key and you can exit it easily, but sometimes weird shit does happen. But a lot of it really depends on how you have your mission set up in the Eden editor in the first place, if you've done it correctly, or whatever your options and preferences are. But I usually don't have any problems. You just hit P, join Alpha. Somebody can take the commander spot up here. And what's really cool is that you can have someone log in as admin and be MCC, but then you can have another entirely different person choose this role of the commander option, and I'll show you why that's important. So I just hit P again and close that. And so I have a lot of options here on the server already as far as artillery goes, but I'm just going to go ahead and add them to MCC right now real quick. I'm going to add some artillery and cast strikes and things like that. Okay, so first thing you want to do is select the correct faction. So we'll just make it straight NATO. That way we know it's good guys. Not going to really matter. I could get more specific and say, you know, NATO camo and U.S. Army West and USMC West and all that, but just to make it easy, I'll just stick with NATO. All right, so I'll add some CAS, A10 Thunderbolt, gun running short. Yeah, I'll add that. Now what I'm doing is look at where I'm hovering. It says add CAS to MCC console. That's very important. So when you're saying you're adding it to the MCC console, you're adding it to the MCC commander's console, and I'll show you that in a minute. On another one, a long one, rockets run. It don't matter, just for display purposes. Here, artillery. Again, always make sure you're in NATO West friendly or whatever your current friendly faction is. DPCIM. That's basically your scatter bomb, for lack of a better word. On target is right on. Precise is, just like you see it. On target is on target. Precise is a little bit less. Tight, wide, just as you go down the list. So then I'll go to tight, add one of those. Evac. No, wait. Supply drop. There we go. So let's just say I get out there and I'm lost. I go out there and fight and complete the mission or whatever, and I want to get back. I can call it anything I want. Hit this drop down box. You got track, motorcycles, vehicles, ships, ammo, what have you. We'll go with that. And I will do one of those. And I'll hit add. And I can call it right now. Call it will just immediately put it in the map, and wherever I click, that's where it's going to be. What I'm going to do is add to console, because that's the more intelligent way to play. Alright, so I have all that. Now, the shortcut, you should be able to scroll wheel and see MCC, and it's not right now. But your shortcut key is Control Delete. That Control Delete brings up the MCC menu. Now, we've logged in as on Team Alpha and the commander by using the P button, P to close. But if I hit Control N, this brings up the commander console window. Takes a minute to connect, and you can notice right here you have three options over here on the left hand side. I call them drawers because when you click on them they slide out. Now all the options for CAS that I just added, there they are. I added one option for GMG, there it is. And now in the Eden editor, I did you can do this with Zeus and so forth, but I added it. I like to add it beforehand, and this is your evac management or your evac choppers in most cases. So these are your choppers that you want to call, and they ask them to take you places and pick you up, drop you off, and all that stuff. But however, most people don't know that it doesn't have to be a chopper. Planes won't work, but it can be a land vehicle or even a boat. Then furthermore, and I can get into more at a later date or another video, you have UAV control. We don't have any UAVs connected at the moment. I can go into F4, which is artillery mode. And you select the cannon. type and all that. Again, I'll go in that at a later time. But I wanted to just make a quick, down and dirty, simple mission using MCC. And there's several options. Again, Control Delete. All right, so first step is figure out where you want your mission to be. And MCC uses zones. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here, this area here. I'm going to create zone. Draw a box around it. Now, using different tools like Shift-Alt, I can rotate this, move this zone around, what have you. Excuse me. Okay, here's our zone again. Then rotate it, move it. Okay, so now there's a lot of different ways to do this. Most people will just hit this mission generator, but before you do that, it's so important to make sure, again, we just put down a zone, so we are friendly, so we need to change this to a non-friendly faction. And since we're in a jungle map, I really like to use a mod called Warfare Thai and use Asian guys. Let's see if I can find them here real quick. Drug Cartel Asians East. That'll work. Now, you can hit Mission Generator. Again, rival faction. They just put it in here. Civilians faction. If you keep this the same, it's going to put those gay-ass civilians that walk around with the hat and the blue shirt. It's just gay. So we're going to change that to civilian Asians to make it more map appropriate. Number of players, kind of self-explanatory. It's just me right now, but 5 fine. Close quarter combat, random, stealth, yes. All this stuff. Precise locations, no. What I hit generate right here, it's going to make a mission for me. If I hit precise location, it's going to give me a mission objective. It's going to put it dead on the spot where I need to go, which again, it's preference. I personally don't like. I like it to make it to where I have to work and search for it, and I don't know exactly where it's at, so I leave that alone. Then you have 3 different objectives you do at the same time, or you can do none. This particular way I have it set up right now, download intel and secure HVT. I'm going to change that to kill HVT. Vehicles, yes. Armor, no. This particular faction doesn't really have armor anyway, so that makes sense. Reinforcements, they may get reinforcements. Motorized artillery, again, this particular faction of Asians don't have artillery. Intro, right here, cinematic pop-up, none. I always put it on none. If you do the cinematic or pop-up, it's really amazingly fucking cool. It's something you should all do one time. It's really long. It shows this really cool cutscene, shows all your objectives. And it's really awesome, but it's the kind of thing you want to see one time, and then you never want to see it again, because it just takes too fucking long. So I wouldn't go none. IEDs, yes. Suicide bombers, yes. Armed civilians, yes. Roadblocks, yes. All, whatever. Again, it's your preference. Area, you usually never have to change this because it's in the current zone that you just recently made or selected, which was zone 1. So we're going to hit generate mission. And right there, already, it's building a mission. It's already created the first objective. You bring up your map, kind of see the progress. However, I would advise most people when it is building the mission, don't do too much of anything. If you start trying to do loadouts and add stuff into the mission and go into Zeus and all that, you may hang it up. Just let it do its thing. It's pretty quick. So here it is doing its thing. And by the way, you see you got this objective down here in the bottom. Just, if you get anything like that, just disregard. It's just kind of a placeholder. So here they are. Killer capture that guy. Hack and download that shit. I'll wait a minute longer, let it finish. Now, what I do like to do on these kind of maps is I like to play stealthy, and I usually go in at night. Reason why I know I have the advantage, especially since I'm by myself, I know I have the advantage of night vision, whereas a faction like the Asian civilians don't have that. Okay, mission's finished. Back in MCC, still have our faction up here. We go spawn. Units, I'm going to change it to groups. Infantry's fine. Pistol squad, 4 units. I'll make it a little bit harder. Infantry squad, rifle, 12 units. Now, behavior is aggressive. Now, here's what this means. Aggressive, if I hit create, wherever I click on the map, that's where they're going to be. But if I hit spawn in zone, obviously they're going to spawn in zone. What aggressive means is that they're not going to stay in that zone. They're going to go outside of it and look for you. I'm going to do one of those. If I hit defensive, and then I'm going to spawn in zone, they're going to stay in the zone, but they're going to protect that zone. If I hit fortify, now they're going to populate all buildings within that zone. So we'll just do kind of one of each. Empty, no. Honestly, I don't know what that is. Location, server, yes, all that. All right, so scroll out here. Here's our mission. You see you got these white units. And if you scroll in real close, there you go, suicide bombers. There's suicide bombers. But what really makes this interesting, if you scroll in and out to where you got the whole battlefield in perspective and then draw a box around it and highlight everything. I like to do 2 things. First of all, I like to don't do cast group last, but hit give to Gaia. Now, everything just got a G beside their name because they're Gaia controlled. That's just greater AI intelligence. It's just they're a lot smarter. They communicate with each other, and it's a lot cooler experience. Now, then another thing you can do is after you have done that, I'll just highlight them again just to be safe. Hit cache group. Now, cache group, what we'll do is if I less than 1,000 or 1,500 meters or whatever it is, all these units are going to disappear. And then when I get in range, they're going to reappear and be active. And that really helps with, server lag and FPS. So hit cache. See, now they'll have a G and a C behind their name, but I wasn't fast enough. They're all gone. So now that's going to dramatically help the server performance. All right, so now I'm going to get in there and kill some motherfuckers. So like any good group, what you want to do is make a plan. You see you have this big outer ring, area of operation. I'm going to tell a chopper to come and fly in here. And let's say right here. Alright, so get out of that, open my map, go back over here. Let's say I want to land right there. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a color. And say start. That's my LZ. I want to show it to global. Bam. And then let's just say I want to bound up building to building. Another tool I like to drastically is you have standard GPS bullshit like this. However, I like to use the micro dagger. And if you see any milsim groups that are serious, you'll see a lot of them will use this tool. Micro dagger is awesome. So it does a whole lot of things. You have your elevation. There's so much information on here. You click this bottom one, you got your compass, you got a map, and this map will follow you. But more importantly, the reason I like to use it is for artillery strikes. Gives you a lot of accurate information. And again, I will cover that a little bit down the road. So, got my dagger. Everything's ready to go. You'll notice that there's AI pilots in here. Now, I'm going to hit Control End. I would scroll wheel and go to MCC Commander, or you hit Control End as a shortcut key. Okay, you got your CAS, drops, evac. I'm going to select the unit that I am, which is the UH-60M. I wanted to fast rope, and I wanted to fly high at 50 meters. That's fine. Call it that. Skip. Put it right here on my LZ point. And right away, there he goes. I ain't got to fly or do shit. Alright, for video purposes, I am going to make it easier on myself. Change it to night. Back in MCC, Control Delete, scroll wheel, whatever. Weather's good. Night vision on. Alright, you can you can see my chopper coming and land to the LZ point right here. I have never had the MCC chopper fail me. They may have gotten friendly fire or whatever and had to look for a better place, but it's always worked. Here we go. Land 360. Okay, chopper's flying back to base. I got my communications tool on my right with the path to follow. Simple, simple. Alright, just for shits and grins, I'll go hunt IR around out there in the field, see what's happening. Let me look at the map again. Alright, I doubt this will be useful, but just wanted to show it off. This is an ace feature right here. So I have a grenade launcher. I switched the grenade launcher and loaded hunt IR round. I'm going to shoot that shit. It's a camera I'm shooting here. Alright, now I go to equipment. Activate hunt IR monitor. Okay, connected. Obviously it's dark. Hit N, turn on night vision. Use your keys. A and D will zoom in and out. Use your number pad keys or whatever. Left, right arrow, up, down. And move it around. Again, not the best example because it's night, but it's very useful tool. Alright, got my hunt IR round loaded. I'm going to go back to grenade launcher here. Hopefully, we'll get the opportunity to show you a couple melee takedowns here. we got a couple of jackasses on here on the balcony. I could just shoot them, but trying to be fancy here. Select the stun grenade.
Stop it! You're shooting friendlies!
Well, that didn't work. I don't think I selected the right nade. Anyway, I'm gonna do some healing.
Down!
Knocked your ass out. Yeah, baby, knocked your ass out. Yeah, it seems OP, it seems ridiculous, but it's dark as shit. They have no night vision. I mean, they're in the dark, so they don't see nothing. So, let's see. Let's change this to you know what? Let's do this. Go in my inventory. Put my gas mask on. Alright, watch this shit. Oh shit, I think I threw it too far.
Quickly! Get down! Ah!
Holy shit, I think I dropped my gun. I'll never find it. I'll never find it. That's okay. I got that place. Hey. Fix it. All good. Back in the game.
I fucking got him! Friendly down! Friendly is down! Brother, get hit! Oh, hit!
Ouch.
Oh, shit, get down!
Alright, I think that concludes part 1.